Hello everybody, we are back, and this live is going to be again for an hour long, and I was mainly stuck the last time with this particular thing. I was trying to learn the Docker compose, but it didn't run. So let's do one thing. Let's try to do it from our on side. Once this thing is done, then we'll be switching to something else. Before that, we'll try to get this thing done. So let's do it. Docker testing is here. Images. These are the images that I have, and compose app. What is this? Okay, these were the images that got created. That's not a big problem. Let's delete containers. Both the containers. Do I need to delete just one of them? Docker testing. Let's delete this container, and let's have a look at the volumes. I have these volumes. Let's select all of them and delete them. They are deleted right now. Let's have a look at the okay. I hope I will be able to do it. First of all, dear env file, this is not quite required. Even I can have a look at the notes that I created. Let's see if we get something from there. So these were the things that I mentioned yesterday. So the first thing is that if you want to use it here, you need to have database URL. Okay, if you need to have database URL in .env file, otherwise keep it in the package.json. Okay, if I wanna use it here, I need to have database URL inside .env file, otherwise keep it in the package.json too. So let's keep it inside the package.json and build. Here we don't need to add network host. Docker compose handles it. This is still a thing that needs to be figured out. And apart from this thing, we run npx migrate and all over here. If you want to keep npx page generate inside Docker file, you will have to have database URL inside .env file. So these are some of the ultimately comments that I had. The thing is that let's run Docker. I have everything in the right way when it comes to Docker file, so I already have the things over here. And when it comes to Docker file over there, I didn't really have just a sec. Where is the Docker file? That's here. I didn't have .env file here, so it should be fine. And ultimately things are as expected. So if I run Docker compose up, what will happen? Let's see. We have to see that. Maybe image was already created, so that's not getting built, so that could be the problem. What I can do is this: docker psa. Two commands are running actually right now. Docker ps docker remove. Actually three commands are running. Docker testing app, then two postgres things. So let's remove them. I can directly remove them from here. That would be even better. Like this particular container is running right now, I will directly remove it from here on, so it will be done. And just a minute, let me see whether I'm audible or not. I didn't really check this thing. I'm not speaking aloud because my throat is saying do not speak anymore, but I will be speaking slowly. So this is how it's gonna be going on. And let me delete the let me delete the volume as well that got created automatically. So let's get that deleted right now. What do I need to do? Both the things have been deleted. As for the Docker psa, there's nothing. There's only Docker app. Docker, I think I need to remove this as well. Probably not sure, but let's remove it. We have a lot of time to just make it again, so that's not really a big problem. Docker psa, there's nothing right now. And apart from this thing, if I look at the images, so I have these many images. I will be deleting some of them. First of all, docker remove. I will be removing this image because this was the test file that I pulled. Well, this is not deleted like this, so I can make it like this and then delete. This time that's untagged. And if I look at the images right now, so I have Docker testing app, Docker compose app. testing app was something that I made, so let's even remove docker testing app. Docker remove testing app, docker remove docker testing app, something like this. Even let's remove this one, and I can remove all the ones, like except Postgres. I need to remove each of them. I don't really need them right now. So let's delete this particular app as well, and this is going to be the, by the way, the last one that I have. So if I talk about Docker images right now, I just have Postgres and nothing else. So this thing is done. What is now? I have to just simply run it. Docker compose and up. When I run this particular command, this docker compose file runs, and when this runs, first of all it's starting the Postgres, and after that it's starting this, and docker testing is the name of the database that it has. Oh no, okay, that was the problem. What was the name of the database? The name of the database is Postgres. That was my bad. I think because of this thing I was facing the issue. So the name of this is Postgres. Let's try this thing out right now. Docker compose up and see whether it's able to do it or not. I hope it will be able to just export it to the database, and once it is exported, it will be able to connect. There's high possibility of getting it done because first of all it will start the Postgres, and then while building I'm actually migrating the things, so it should be fine. So let's see what happens. Your database is synced with your schema. That is great. It is synced with my schema, and right now the app is running on 3000 port. That means if I go to localhost 3000, if I'm getting the data, that means Docker compose up is working. If I don't get the data, then of course it's not working, and that's my bad. So localhost 3000, and let's see. User faces successfully and there are no message. That means it's connected. I just ran one command, and let me do it again. Okay, I have stopped everything. I have my Docker container, database container. I have my Node.js container, but the thing is that this time I'm not running them separately. I'm not even connecting them to the network. I'm not even creating a database and connecting to a volume. I'm doing nothing. What I'm doing, I'm just simply doing docker compose up. What does this do? It says that start running the program. Docker composer up simply runs this file, and I have specified everything. What I have specified, first of all run my database, after that build my app and start running that. And when the build happens, what does it have to do? At that time it has to run a docker file, and when it comes to running docker file, it will start the script dev docker, and when dev docker script is started, it will migrate Prisma and all, and this is how it's going to be done. So let's check whether it is able to do it this way, and then another way is something we'll be taking care of that too. So let's check this thing, docker compose up. If I just run this command, docker is going to be started, and once docker is started, I'm getting the result, and I should be able to save the data in the DB, and I should be able to get the result. And just with one command, docker compose up handles everything. So let's go to the postman, and let's try to post some data, save some data. So data fetched successfully. That is actually a bad I'm saving the data, right? But having said that, I'm just saving the data here. That was the wrong message that I had given. That doesn't matter. And then over here I'm just fetching the data again, and ultimately these are the data that I have saved. So this thing is working right now. This is the first way. What am I actually doing over here? First of all, let's close everything. First of all, I declared my docker file, like, okay, this is the image you have to use, this is the work directly, these are the packages that you have to copy. First of all, you have to install pnpm, then you have to install everything using the pnpm, copy everything, then run build, and then 3000 export, that is the port, and then you have to run this particular script. When will it run this script? It will run this script while building it. What will it build? It will build the image, again repeating. If I have a look at my docker compose file, I'm simply saying that first of all you have to start Postgres, and then you have to start my app. before starting my app, you have to build that image, build the app. But how will you build it? Of course, building means you have to build the image. How will you build the image? You will build the image with the help of the Docker file. Okay, so it starts building from here. It builds, it builds, it builds, it builds, it builds. It keeps building till here, and at the end, what it does? It runs npm dev docker. It runs this particular script. What is the best thing of this particular thing? That my build process depends on Postgres. Like once Postgres is on, only then it will start building. That means by the time it builds, Postgres is already on, and when Postgres is already on, at the end of the day, while building it, at the end of the day, it's running npm dev docker. npm dev docker means it has to run this particular script. And when I look at this particular script, so it is first of all migrating Prisma, amazing. Then it is generating the client, amazing. Then it is building, and at the end it's simply starting. So it's getting everything done in the same Docker file. Just a sec, I'm getting a call. I have to pick up.